Presentation of Stewed Productions.
It almost worked. It was pretty close. Probably if I'd not said anything.
I thought it was pretty awesome.
If I'd not said anything, nobody would have noticed. Anyway. Hey, welcome everybody to Liquid Lunch. We're live.
Yes, we are.
On the internet.
Don't forget the bug.
Dude, you're way behind the times. The bug was done like 5 seconds ago. Welcome to the show, one and all. A couple eyeballs on us already. We're streaming live. This one. All right. We're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Right? Twitter, the Periscope.
Yes. The Twitters, yes.
Excellent.
For sure.
Welcome to the last show before Thanksgiving. We won't be doing a live show next week. We will be stuffing our faces with the turkey and the dressing and all the goodness and drinking all the great beers. It would have been just super easy to mail it in and do like a beer pairing with Thanksgiving dish show that we've done 2 or 3 times before this, I think.
Yep. Yeah.
But instead, we randomly got some beer mail this morning, and you not so randomly brought your mead.
Yes, there is the mead involved today.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about drinking this mead.
That is fantastic. So we'll get to that. That's been, well, that camera looks kind of funky.
Oh, you know what?
What?
I need you to talk.
Uh-huh. Okay, I'll keep talking. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show as I tilt the camera a little bit to get all of me. Hi, welcome. I hope that you guys are having a great week thus far. It has been an interesting week, to say the very least, as Kennedy runs to grab some of the beer mail we got this morning. And let me say, by the way, I did not expect this beer mail. This beer mail was a complete surprise, and we'll show you what we got just this morning. Like, literally, delivery man brought it to the door just this morning. My dogs got all excited, opened it up, and an amazing aroma. They did not...
Your dogs growled.
Well, yeah, that's called being excited about it. As you can see there, why does that look so funky?
NDI.
Yeah, but it looks funky. Like I don't know why it looks funky to me.
It does. It's funky. It is funky.
It's because we have too many of the inputs.
Uh-huh.
Hey, what's up, Jose? You say no YouTubes? Should be on YouTubes. Should be on the YouTubes.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah.
What's
that's
going on here?
You got to check it. It should be streaming live to everywhere. Going through the old, it would be a restream deal. Check restream to see if it's restreaming the way it's supposed to be streaming.
Let's see what's going on here.
Let's see. We'll get there in just a moment, Jose. What about on the Twitters?
It says online.
Interesting.
View event. No,
there we go.
We're live on YouTube.
Yeah, we're live. We're live. Very live.
Yeah.
So alive. Jose, go check it again. Liquid Lunch. On there. My big old shiny head.
Yeah.
Sitting there, right there.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, so your question, no YouTubes? False. Yes, YouTubes. And is your computer screen on, Jose? All right. Anyway, even if your YouTube does not work.
Well, I'm wondering if the notifications aren't going out on YouTube, so it's not good.
Well, if he's not seeing it.
If it's not good if people aren't.
You don't have it set to private, do you?
No.
Like.
No.
Oh, his screen was off.
Oh, okay.
That explains it. That's fine.
All right.
Yeah, we worked through it.
Just making sure we don't have
don't
have a bigger issue.
That is one of the great, qualities about you, Jose, and Texans in general. Perseverance.
Uh-huh.
We persevere through those challenges,
yes.
which is like screens and refreshes and things like that. So it's all good. It's all good.
Well, we want to make sure we bring the best quality show.
Yeah.
That we possibly can.
But watch it on the platform that you feel most comfortable with. Hello, Jeffrey. Thank you for joining us today, Jeffrey. I hope everybody is super excited about Thanksgiving. I am. I'll tell you what, my giddy level starts with Halloween, the build up to Halloween.
Uh-huh.
Are you taking both cameras now?
What are you talking about?
What are we doing?
What?
The
screen looks more busy this way.
Yeah, okay. I don't think anybody wants to see Double Josh. I feel like with Double Josh, you could either The temptation would be to say, hey, you can get twice as much done, but I say I'd procrastinate twice as much. I'd put things off twice as long. Mm-hmm. So anyway, it starts with the lead up to October, or lead up in early October to Halloween. And then right after Halloween, then you're like, all right, now it's like fall. We can just keep all the pumpkin stuff out and just right on into Thanksgiving, which is, it used to be my favorite holiday. But now my favorite holiday is Christmas. Because there's not really a Thanksgiving season. There's like fall, which is fine. But Christmas is a season. And it's the whole season. And I hold off on, I want a quick poll for all you watching. Two questions to ask. Go ahead and let us know in the chats. One, what's the last beer you drank if you're not getting to drink beer with us today? And we'll get to what we're drinking today as I throw my pen. What was the last beer you drank? Let's do a roll call catch up. What did we call it? We had a thing for it. I forgot it already. And then what your Thanksgiving favorite dishes, that sort of thing. What are your plans for Thanksgiving? We want to know all those things. And also, I want to know, do you listen to Christmas music before Thanksgiving? I've seen some people doing it. And I have to say, while I understand why you would do it, I think it's a mistake.
Yeah. If you're doing that, it's not good.
It's a mistake.
No, it's,
you're going too early. Uh-huh. You're gonna burn your Christmas muscles out.
Yeah.
It's like going for a submission early in the fight, squeezing too hard, and then you have no arms to defend yourself or throw punches, and then you just get, a cowbell. Oh, Jose's drinking a cowbell? Okay, I'm guessing that's more cowbell from Buffalo Bayou.
Got to have more of it.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So anyway, good to know. But Christmas music, yay or nay, pre-Thanksgiving? I think Christmas music that evening. Okay, Jeffrey drinking a home brew that was in his fermenter.
Jeffrey, is this your award-winning home brew? Do you know about this?
I don't.
Jeffrey, I got to give congratulations to Jeffrey. Mm-hmm. Eureka Heights had a contest recently. Mm-hmm. Jeffrey placed third in that contest.
Really? What style was it?
Jeffrey, you're gonna have to help me out here. It was something with fruit. Okay. I know that. Okay. Jeffrey, what was the style? I'm looking like an asshole here.
He says he ran out of it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he did run out of it. I asked him for it, and the day he went to go drop it off at the brewery, mm-hmm. he got a hold of me and wanted to, give me some of it. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I had to work, and I missed it all. I'm so upset about it. But yeah, Jeffrey, congratulations.
Hey, Rudy. He said last night he had a 11 Below hipster sauce. And Foamy Head 13, hey, John, how's it going? Having a comeback Belgian-style wit from St. Arnold. Uh-huh. Nice. Haven't had that yet. Let's see. Fruited, sour, hazy, milkshake IPA. Yeah. Easy for you to say. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot going on in there.
I think it brought all the boys to the yard. Are you tired of me saying that?
I mean, I'm just saying, I know it's one of your hits, but...
I say it anytime the word milkshake comes up.
Yeah. You may want to try to work on some new material.
I guess it was funny the first 20 times I said it.
Maybe. All right, real quick, I got to ask you a question. Uh-huh. Not that question, but another question. Yeah. One that's totally self-centered. Yeah. The new shelving and the glass display and everything that we can't see, that nobody else can see. What are your thoughts?
It's a work in progress. It looks great. It looks fantastic. Josh.
I stained that wood and hung them myself. So if they look like they're... Dude.
What?
Throwing cameras around.
No, we're fine.
It's not... Your bag's in the way. It's not going to look great. The coloring is all off.
That's okay.
It's not okay.
It's
just not ready to. I don't know.
It's too bad.
Okay.
Too bad. We're showing it.
There you go. Oh, at an odd angle with his
what are you talking about? That's a great angle.
Man purse, without it being finished with the soundproofing and all the things and yeah.
It's a nice touch.
It is. It'll be better. It's a work in progress. Uh-huh. But there you go. So proper glassware, ready to go, anytime we are. So. There you go. All right, so now we ask the other question because that's why people come to the show. Hey, Mercy Beers, good afternoon to you too. Black IPA. Mm-hmm. Once you figure out that he's not driving this evening, well, here's hoping that somebody else takes the wheel.
Oh yeah, we have really big. It's not beer, but we have a lot of alcohol content on today's show.
Well, we start moderate and then we blast off from there. But ladies and gentlemen, every time we do this show, you at some point have to look at your watch or look at your computer screen or look at your phone and ask yourself, what time is it?
It's time for your favorite segment and mine here on Liquid Lunch. This is
What you drinking?
Danny Crumpton.
Mm-hmm.
Or Danny, sorry. That's I believe that's is that your maiden name, Danny? That's the Facebooks. They make you put the maiden name on there as well. I don't know. Anyway, Danny drinking a Breckenridge vanilla beer.
And welcome back, Danny.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, we're glad to see you again.
I will say Mercy Beer's black IPAs, when they're done well, can be fantastic. Not all of some of them are a little too bitter. It's just there's a balance there. So let me know where yours lands on that spectrum.
Yeah.
Let's see. What did we say? Oh, anybody else? Did we miss any other beers? I think everybody mentioned their beers so far, or we've mentioned everybody that mentioned their beers. So anyway, let us know if you're drinking something this afternoon. If you get to take a long lunch or whatever on this Thursday, it's going to be a long. Is everybody taking off the entire week next week? I'm taking off the entire week.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I've got a 4-day weekend.
Okay. Well, here we go. The real quick here on the table. We got some beer mail this morning.
We did.
The great folks at Deep Ellum, they just all of a sudden showed up. It was this amazing package of a couple of these, still cold, ready for the show. It's like they knew we were doing a show on a Thursday. It's like they planned the whole thing out. Brilliant marketing team.
What is it?
At Deep Ellum.
Winter.
Deep Winter Golden Porter.
Winter. Okay.
Yeah.
I see what they
It's a
did
golden
there.
porter brewed with coffee and cocoa nibs. I think it said 7%. Did I see that correctly?
I don't know.
Turn it around and look.
It's yes.
And it's brewed with coffee from Oak Hills Coffee Roasters.
7.3.
7.3%. But they also sent,
Which is about half of our next drink.
yeah, they also sent a little cup full of probably maybe 2 cups of coffee worth of beans. And so when I opened up the box, the whole thing smelled like coffee. They also sent some socks, Deep Ellum socks.
I'm touching these because you haven't worn them yet.
Oh, that's true. That's fine. Even if I had worn them and washed them, they'd be fine.
I wouldn't touch them.
Okay. And then they sent some other
It's just a
odds
step
and
away.
ends, some stickers, some coasters, and then smell that coffee. It smells great. Don't spill the beans though. Like literally, that top will pop off on you. So don't spill the beans. How's that smell?
It smells like coffee.
Isn't it amazing?
I mean, it smells like coffee.
Okay. But anyway. So there you go. And a magnet and some other cool stuff. So Deep Ellum, thank you so much. I'm excited to get into this beer. Should we try that one first, or are we going to go?
Sure, we can try it first, but
Let's do that.
this is what I'm really excited about.
What's that? Yeah, that's well, you didn't have to like jump right on it right away. We'll talk about it here in a second. Can we talk about the Deep Ellum beer first?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Let's do it. Pour it up. You need a bottle opener? You got one? Oh wait, that's for the cans. Never
For a
mind.
can?
Well.
No, I'm good on the bottle openers for the can.
Yes, it was very nice of them, Jose. Yes. Look at that. Golden porter. That is a golden color. Yeah, Tom McMurray, how are you, sir? What's the last beer you had, Tom? I just saw a picture. Where the picture of you and your band. Where did I see that? On Facebook, maybe?
Yes.
It smells great.
That was like 20 plus years ago.
I know. He was wearing capris.
Yeah.
That's quite nice. Super coffee flavor. I wonder. See, this is where I want to know stats. You know?
What you
Now I
got?
got to look at them up.
Ooh. Yeah, there's a lot of coffee in this.
You don't like it? You're not a coffee fan.
I'm not a coffee
Which is
fan.
weird because you're an adult, or at least you have the body of an adult. Mm-hmm. And I mean that as a compliment. You're young at heart.
Well, obviously I have a body of an adult.
Yeah. Like an old adult. But
Jose said our show's finally paying off.
Yeah, it is. It's great. So let this be a lesson, not a lesson, just a word of reality, I guess, to any brewery owners out there across the great state of Texas, or even beyond. Even beyond.
Even beyond the pond.
Yeah.
If you're a brewery owner.
Within reason. But I was going to say,
beyond the pond.
If you send us beer mail or what have you, promotional things, right? Promotional, what would be the word for that? Promotional material?
Yeah. We'll pimp it.
For reviews.
We will pimp it.
Well, just trying to skirt the law. I don't want anybody to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're not getting actual money for it, so it's perfect.
No. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about shipping.
Oh.
I mean, we could ship. All that can be shipped.
I think if you're a business, you can ship it.
I don't know how that goes. But whatever it is.
Yeah. I mean, how does Hop Drop work?
They deliver in a car.
Oh. Well, then how do like the beer clubs work? We get beer in the mail every week or month.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine. I just don't. Anyway, if it's not legal for beer mail, it magically appeared by a beer ferry. Mm-hmm. And so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
No, someone from Deep Ellum actually showed up at the door and dropped this off.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a long drive to get here.
Yeah.
But they did it. And thank you.
All right, let's look it up. I want to get the stats on this beer. So Deep Ellum, Deep Winter.
Are we about to take a deep dive into Deep Ellum, Deep Winter?
We're going to take a deep dive. Deep Winter Golden Porter with cocoa nibs and coffee as it pulls up on the internet. Texas Ale Project is releasing Pantera Golden Ale March 2021. Mm-hmm. Thank you, John. Hey, Tammy. How are things?
Pantera Golden Ale.
That's what they say.
It's
Danny wants to know where you got that shirt.
Effing hostile.
All right, here we go.
Sylvia donated a shirt to me and Josh. Mm-hmm. So
we've got 2 or 3 shirts that are the same, and every time I think of wearing the one that we have, this I'm always like, he's going to wear that today. And sure enough,
we've worn this same shirt before. This one, yeah.
All right, so let's see. Golden Porter with cocoa nibs and coffee. So it's kind of one of those, you see one thing and you taste another. It does have the body of a more like, that's almost like a white stout or whatever they call it. Golden stout. I guess the coffee, that is a lot of coffee flavor. It's a brilliant and rich golden hue, which it does. It has a golden hue.
Hold on. I've had like some coffee porters before, some coffee stouts. I like those. But I mean, no offense, Josh, but this is just too much coffee for me.
Oh, I don't even know what that means.
It has too much coffee in it. It's like I'm drinking a light coffee.
And
right now.
Oh, you don't like that?
No. Mm-mm.
So if you're saying if it's like a energy drink porter, you'd be all about it?
I wonder if they should start doing that.
No, they shouldn't. That's an awful idea. Let's see. The smell is chocolate hazelnut toast.
Like a Kraft Four Locos.
Coffee roast.
I'd be down with that.
Orange citrus peel and dark chocolate. Medium bodied with stone fruits, apricot peach flesh and nectarine, pretzel crust, orange marmalade, and honey. They went deep on that one. Again, 25 IBU, 7.3% ABV. Available now through February. Right. And there you go. It's if you like coffee, which I do, I love coffee. There you go.
Yeah, if you like coffee, this is probably a fantastic beer for you.
Yeah, and so I think the idea behind it is that because Texas doesn't really have a real winter, we get like hints of winter. So this is like their homage to that. The style is like it's like a winter beer, but it doesn't look. It's like a Texas winter beer, which is great. I love it.
So another thing that's great, Mercy Beers cracked open his black IPA.
Oh, good. So you're not driving.
Tammy is on vacation, so she's drinking with us today.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Wait, on vacation?
Yeah.
Well, just staycation? Staying at home, or are you somewhere interesting?
Oh, alcohol and energy. Don't let Kennedy Google dragon soup.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Googling dragon soup.
Okay.
I am totally Googling dragon soup.
Here's a...
Not right now, though. Actually, I probably won't Google it because, to be honest, I'm going to forget about it.
I'll remind you later.
I'm 30 minutes from now, I'm going to forget that.
Yeah.
So Danny's right there with her. So maybe she's Danny. Are you drinking too? You join us for beers?
I like how the emojis show up on the stream.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Screen thing.
I would drink a Twinkie flavored stout. They probably have one of those too.
Who? What?
Oh, Jose's saying if it was Twinkie flavored, then I would drink it.
Yeah.
And you're not wrong. Not at all.
So you know what it took for me to get into coffee? Here's a story. Let's go into the Wayback Machine.
Do you have Wayback music?
Well, hold on. No.
Oh, Tammy, you're at Paldurl Canyon.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Where's that?
It's outside of Amarillo.
Oh.
I have family in Amarillo. And speaking of Amarillo,
Oh yeah.
Tammy, yeah, I'm glad you told us where you're at because you need to go check out this place in Amarillo, Texas.
Pondicetta
Brewing.
I saw one of those.
Amarillo.
What was the plant there? What did we say that was? Is that a
Yeah, it's that plant that's on the
Pondicetta? Yeah, I saw that at my brother-in-law's house in Fredericksburg. He had one. It looked just like that.
Yeah. So, Tammy, you're real close. Make sure you check this place out. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
Tell them Liquid Lunch recommended it, and they might spit in your beer.
No, they won't.
I'm kidding.
They're great people. They love the show. We love them.
Then I can give you the directions to my the assisted living place my grandmother lives in. You can go say hi to her.
Probably not. Back under restrictions, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Yeah, Pondicetta, got it. There's a few up there now, Tammy. If you don't have the Google Maps Texas beer map that is updated every week, it seems. I can send you a link if you need that.
Longwood and Spoon is another one in Amarillo. I think they were the first ones in Amarillo, but they're real small.
Yeah.
So they had some pretty. Their porters. They had a pecan porter.
We almost had them on the show.
Yeah.
That's one of those almost had them, like, send them a message. They're like, yeah, sounds good. And then send a message back. And then it's like, where did they send it? I don't know. And it just never worked out. But, Anyway, what was I going to talk about? Oh, in the Wayback Machine, how I got to like coffee.
Oh,
all right, so I worked in back in the day, way back in the 90s. This is still in the 90s. This is 98, 99? 99. Early 99. Josh here worked at a bookstore, but not like a fancy schmancy bookstore like Barnes & Noble. I worked in the Kmart version of that called Books A Million. I don't even think they're...
I remember Books A Million.
Are they still open? They may have one or two locations somewhere in the South. I think is kind of where they're at. We got to Midtown. Let's see, Midtown Brewing, just outside Dripping Springs. That's cool. And then what was that?
Nothing.
You watching YouTube videos while we're
no?
Why? Like, this show's boring. I'm gonna watch something else. Anyway, so I worked at a bookstore, and it had Books A Million, and it had a cafe in the store. And so one night, I was just goofing around as I am apt to do, and so I made these. We had those little magazines they used to hand out with all the.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's your background music. Keep talking the song. Keep telling us the story.
I don't think I need that. We're gonna get copyrighted. What is that? That's not really the story. It doesn't really go. It's not that funky. It's just anyway.
I tried.
No, it's not good. But anyway, we had those magazines, and there was this lady with blonde hair on the front. So I cut out a bunch of the hair and the skin and stuff. And there's this other cardboard cutout of the CD that they sent. Remember CDs? Y'all remember CDs? It was a display we weren't going to use, but I thought this is hilarious. It's this guy holding his CDs like on this little shelf, and so I put the hair and stuff all over him and made him look like Hulk Hogan, and set it there in the middle of the floor at closing because I knew the manager. I knew that. When they walked in the morning, they'd find it hilarious because everybody loved wrestling, and that was just hilarious.
Hold on, this is still the coffee story,
yeah,
right?
Anyway, so when my manager walked in that next morning, Beverly, when she walked in, she's like, "Who did this?" And it was me, obviously, and she almost fired me. But the manager of the cafe was like, Chris. He was like, "Don't fire him. I'll take him." And so instead of getting fired, I got relegated to the as a barista. But then I redeemed myself and sold more of those 10% cards than anybody else in the cafe's history. And learned to make a mean latte, cappuccino, mochaccino, whatever you wanted. And that's when I fell in love with coffee. Plus, we had meetings on some Saturdays, and I was very hungover. walking into those meetings, so made myself drink coffee. Yes, that's in Arkansas. So anyway, that's almost got fired, but instead, Providence sent me to start to make some coffee. Now I love coffee. I love it so much. How do you not like coffee? I don't understand. Is there anybody else here that doesn't like coffee?
So
love coffee.
I think the moral of this story is the Chris's of the world are pretty cool dudes.
Yeah, Chris
That's what I got out of the story.
I haven't talked to Chris.
Chris's are pretty cool.
I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Uh-huh.
I'm not. He's not even on Facebook, I don't think. Mm-hmm. So if anybody knows Chris that used to work at the Joe Muggs Coffee in Jonesboro, Arkansas, if anybody knows where his whereabouts at this point in time,
I'm pretty sure no one does.
somebody's gonna know. Maybe nobody on watching our show.
Yeah.
Somebody knows where he's at.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Chris.
So now-
Chris's of the world,
right,
sweet dudes.
right. Most of them drink coffee, I would imagine.
Maybe.
Is there anybody watching today that doesn't love coffee? I feel like most beer drinkers love coffee as well.
Uh-huh. It may be true.
I think so.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't like coffee.
I bet you we can get you there. You
I
used to
mean-
not like beer.
That's not true. Well, yeah, that's true. I used to not like beer when I was like 13.
Right. So, yeah, Tammy, I'm with you. She questions the sanity of people who don't drink coffee.
Yeah,
It really is amazing.
Tammy's big coffee fan.
Especially in the morning. That smell, the grind. You got to grind your beans fresh. Thank you. Danny loves coffee. Jose, I'm assuming, I'm going to just assume, and Mercy Beers, I'm going to assume you both love coffee.
You know what? It's
Yeah.
okay. Not everyone has to like coffee, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Mercy Beers prefers his tea over coffee.
That's a generalization. Love coffee, hate tea. Oh, look at you getting beat down by that stereotyping.
Did I perpetuate a negative stereotype of the English man? I'm sorry.
Milk in your coffee is
my-
fine,
my-
Mercy Beers.
My bad.
Yeah, Jose loves coffee.
Yeah.
Jeffrey loves. Everybody here loves coffee. Everybody that hasn't mentioned it, and everybody just watching that doesn't. Rudy, thank you, Rudy. You are correct. Coffee is life. Thank you. Coffee is coffee better than beer? It's different, right? Coffee porter does count, John O'Hara.
Coffee porter does not count.
It does
because
count.
I like coffee porters. Love coffee
You
porters.
didn't like this. This was a coffee porter.
Yeah.
Black coffee. Thank you, Jeffrey. Yes.
Yeah.
I will say this, Mercy Beers. Putting milk in your coffee is okay.
Oh, John.
Especially if it's like a latte or a cappuccino, which that's all that is.
John, what is going on, man?
Yes, sir, John.
It's been a minute.
I like saying John's last name, O'Hara, because then you can say it like Jax from what is it, Sons of Anarchy. O'Hara, John O'Hara,
Yeah.
and then it's like because they couldn't. That guy, he's English, right? He's supposed to be this California kid, but he couldn't hide his accent completely.
John, I'm going to give you a little warning. Jules and I are moving soon, and Fortress Beer Works will now be our closest brewery.
Oh,
So, guess what, John? You get to see a lot more of me than you probably want to.
yeah. Well, I think between the fact that you're going to be there and so close to Thistle, I think
Yeah.
regular episodes of this show at both of those places is in order. John, how is your? I know we've asked this before.
Okay.
Your internet's great there. So
All right. Vietnamese coffee is effing fantastic. It is because it's basically half sweetened condensed milk. And
Oh, it's kinda like
then coffee. It's mainly sweetened. Well,
so you like the Cuban style then too?
it
as
is.
well.
That's good. Like I can get down some coffee that's half sugar and milk.
Have you ever had like butter coffee?
No.
That's really good too. Excalibur's Coffee Brown, amazing, according to Rudy. Our sources tell us, Rudy.
Oh.
Are y'all finally going to have a brewing room at your new place? Do y'all have a place to brew beer?
We have a garage now.
Do you have a garage? Do you also have will you
Yeah,
have a
we have-
backyard?
We have a backyard.
Could we
too.
fly in a shed and make you a brew shed in the back?
If you, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
And maybe like Studio West? Or Studio East, I guess. This would be main studio, and that would be Studio East. Because technically, we're probably about the same north and south, right? You're going to be north of town.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're moving in the area of Thistle Draft Shop. And yes, Fortress is going to be my closest brewery now. So
Yeah, okay, so Tammy has a good question. When you drink coffee, is it like Folgers, or are you getting like good quality beans? Yeah, he's going to get a very she shed.
I've had all the coffees, and I just don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You've
guys.
had quality beans, ground, pour over coffee, smooth pour over, just delicious, fruity.
A she shed.
Yeah, that'll be what Jules will have, a she shed for sure. All right.
That she shed's going to turn to a brew shed if she gets a she shed.
Well, you don't have to be rude, but you know what? You are kind of being rude right now because you're bogarting.
I'm bogarting what?
Ladies and gentlemen, all this talk of coffee, and I know that Kennedy's feeling left out, so we're going to bring him back into the fold.
All right,
no man
hold
is
on.
perfect. Could have muted you there. But
I backed away from the mic.
I don't have any tissues, but I do have some Post-it notes. Do you need one of those?
No, it's cool. It went all over my hands.
That's just fine. Okay, good. All right, that's what pants are for. Anyway, office coffee. Yeah, office coffee. Office coffee is the worst. Like, what name the worst beer? Is it as bad as office coffee is to like the coffee that you normally drink? And does everybody here watching, with the exception of Kennedy because he doesn't drink coffee, but does everybody here fresh grind beans, all that kind of good stuff? Like filtered water? Does everybody go a little nerd in the morning, a little like ritual?
I have another question. Mm-hmm. Who here likes honey?
Hold on. That's a pretty sweet question there. But before we do this, I want to make sure that as many people as possible can hear this conversation coming up. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a little past time, but we need to share with our friends. Because Thanksgiving is so close, we're thankful for all of you. So let's share. Look into your hearts and look into your phone screens and your computers and click that link and share. We're on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, share on Twitter. Just share it. You can even make it they have a new fleet now, Kennedy. It's a 24-hour tweet called Fleet. That's a new thing that people are doing because it's brand new, but doesn't make sense. Who knows? You can share it on Facebook with all your closest friends or the people you haven't talked to in years. YouTube, copy that link. Maybe throw it over there on LinkedIn or Reddit or wherever you like to share stuff at. Maybe write a letter and mail it to somebody with the written out link. We'll see if it gets there. Danny says when somebody sneezes, Germans say Benjamin Niest. They don't say Gesundheit?
Danny, to you I say Danke.
I thought they said Gesundheit. I thought that was German.
They probably say that too, but Danke.
Okay. Mercy Beer says drinks good quality instant or pre-ground. All right. Do y'all have any good like coffee roasters nearby? Mercy Beers, because that's. Oh, and you know what, Mercy Beers, when I'm guessing y'all don't celebrate Thanksgiving a week from today.
No, that is definitely an American holiday.
Sure. Hopefully that doesn't bring up any like weird. It doesn't make it awkward, since we kind of did that when we right around the time we were about to break up. That first Thanksgiving was kind of what precipitated. It's kind of precipitated.
That happened like 150 years before.
What I'm saying is that's what makes it awkward, is because we were seeing other people, right? Even though the Pilgrims were the Pilgrims English? I thought they were Dutch. Weren't they Dutch?
No, I think they were English.
Okay, that kind of started the whole thing. We started seeing Squanto and Somerset on the side.
Yes, that was early 1600s.
Yeah, and the whole cool thing about Thanksgiving, the reason that they stopped at Plymouth was because they ran out of beer, right?
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know this history?
I think you're making stuff up.
I'm not making this up. You can look at the Mayflower. What's it called? The Mayflower, like not the log or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, but yeah, they on the thing, the Mayflower. What is it called? I should know this. I just watched it.
The Manifest.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, it was like, all right. So there was half and half. There was two groups of people on the Mayflower. There were the Pilgrims, right? Were they? They were Puritans. Were they Puritans?
Yes, they were Puritans.
They weren't Quakers.
No, they were. I just had that conversation with my mom about this. They were Puritans, not Quakers.
Right. So the Puritans, and then there was a group of like sailors.
No, I'm wrong. They were Quakers, not Puritans.
They were cool.
Yeah, because Quakers were extremely
religious.
Yeah, well, they're all extremely religious. When they won't fight.
Oh, they're pacifists.
Yeah, they're pacifists.
Okay.
And then the Puritans came to America, and then they started like the whole witch trials things, and
Okay.
they're burning people at stake all willy nilly.
Oh, the Puritans would have been. Oh, what's the name of that show that was on WGN? Salem.
Yeah,
Yeah, Salem.
yeah.
Interesting.
Those were the Puritans.
Yeah. Okay. So the Quakers, right?
Yeah.
The oatmeal people.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So there was two groups of people. There was the Quakers.
They probably
and
had a lot of oatmeal stouts.
maybe, but they had the Quakers, and then they had like the guys running the ship, and the guys on the ship were like, this is crazy. We're going to go back. All this kind of stuff. But they came together and they made the Mayflower Pact or whatever it was called, and they wrote out all these laws, and they all agreed on it. And that was on one of the entries was we have to land now because we are running out of food and foodstuffs, and especially our beer. I'll have to find that exact quote, but they mentioned especially the beer. Mm-hmm. And so they had to come on land and brew some beer out of pumpkins and acorns. True story.
Okay.
First Thanksgiving.
All right.
I don't know why you're doubting me.
Sure.
It's history. Can somebody please look that up?
Because when the Mayflower landed, they stayed on the boat for like the rest of the winter because they weren't prepared.
Right.
They landed around.
That's why they had to land, because they were running out of beer.
Okay.
Hold on.
No, we don't have time to Google this. What they needed is honey. Because you know what you can do.
Well, it was cold when they got here because they find any honey.
Because you know what you can do with honey?
What? You can make some meat. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let's see. All right, so the
You
Pilgrims
can make mead with honey.
Yeah. Do you consider Business Insider a good source?
Do you believe everything you read on the internet?
No, I don't. But according to Susan Cheever, author of Drinking in America, Our Secret History, the Pilgrims' arrival at Plymouth Rock. Due to the unsafe drinking water, passengers on the Mayflower drank beer as a main hydration source. Each person was rationed a gallon per day. Do you think you could survive on a gallon of beer per day?
I think I'd be willing to try.
Yeah, and they started to run out as the ship approached Plymouth Rock. And they go to a video. Where's the actual quote? What was that guy's name? So this is your mead.
This is my mead, yes.
Oh, it's very dark. Actually, technically not a mead, bro. Technically a mellow because it has fruit. Land on Plymouth Rock, 1620. A gallon a day. How did they make so much? Well, they made it before they left, and they put it in barrels. Yeah. No, I was gonna say, Mercy Beers. Back to your instant coffee stuff. We have a lot of local roasters here now. You hate mead? Too sweet. Well, you know what?
It is sweet. If you do not have a sweet tooth, mead's not for you, for sure.
You can find some dry mead, super dry.
This is not super dry. This is super sweet.
This smells like mead and honey. It has a very honey-y aroma. Mm-hmm. So what kind of? I asked you all of these things, I can even smell the sweetness.
We could talk. Yeah, it's. I thought I might have to sweeten it with a little more honey. It came out super sweet. Came out like right at 13%. You got rhubarb mead fermenting away.
Yes.
I let it ferment for 6 months. So I basically put it in my gallon. I only made a gallon of it. It's my first time to ever make mead. Put it in a gallon of carboy. Stuck in the corner of the room. Mm-hmm. And just let it sit there for 6 months. And now we have this 13%. And I had a little bit of yesterday when I bottled it. And,
Let's see. Okay, here we go. No, never mind. Hold on. I should have done more research on the whole beer thing in the Mayflower. Yeah. But it's a real deal. Maybe I'll do my own stream, a liquid lunch on Wednesday from Arkansas, and do a little research. I'm going to Arkansas, by the way. Talk about the Pilgrims and the beers.
Tammy, when's your rhubarb meat going to be ready?
Well, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
Like, very sweet. Are you sure you didn't need to let this ferment longer?
It fermented for 6 months. Yeah. I'm not going to let it ferment any longer. I mean, maybe I could have added. What I didn't do was add yeast nutrient to it, and I probably should have done that. It probably been a little less sweet and that would have brought up the ABV a little.
I'll say it's for my taste, it's sweet.
Yeah, yeah. But that's what I like in mead. I like the really sweet ones.
Okay. That's not my wheelhouse.
That's fine. That's fine. But
Like, you don't like coffee because you don't have an adult palate. I don't like super sweet stuff because I do have an adult palate. And so I'll be able to have a couple of sips of this. And that's...
you better not waste my mead.
You can have it.
All
I'm
right.
going to waste it. I'm just saying it's very sweet. Like, sweet. Yeah, yeast nutrients and oxygen. So for Tammy and Jeffrey and anybody else who has made a mead, I made a gallon of mead, just orange blossom honey.
Yeah.
I even put a wood stave in there to oak spiral to try to get some oaky notes.
Yeah.
But my what you call it, the blow off, not the blow off tube, but the thingy at the top with the stuff in it, it dried out. So it ended up being a little nail polishy.
Oh. Well, I never.
But I did add yeast nutrient.
Yeah. I never replaced. It was pretty dry whenever I took this out.
Yeah. So anyway, mine thinned out a lot. Maybe it was more of the thinning out, but and I kept it on the oak spiral for too long, I think, as well.
Well, to me, this is pretty perfect.
Well, I'm glad you liked it.
Just like I like it.
Are you gonna make a bigger batch next time?
I want to get in. I want to do a 5-gallon batch next time.
All right, so let's talk. We could do one on the show here
We could.
because it's not much. It's just you just got to bring your water up to perfect temperature.
Yeah.
with
I mean,
the honey.
yeah, we're gonna need a big pot,
Yeah,
and we're gonna have to heat up 5 gallons of water.
that's fine. We can do that. It's no big deal. Jeffrey and Tammy, when you're doing yours, did you add the yeast nutrient and all that kind of stuff? And how often did you do it? Did you go with the what's the book? The Mead Maker's Book of Secrets or whatever it's called? Everyday Mead Maker, whatever. There's a book. Did you get the book, Kennedy?
No. I talked to Preston at the Grain Cellar.
You consulted the living book.
I consulted the living book, and I just followed his directions, and I have tasty mead now.
It does taste good. The volume would be as much as you poured me. I'd have to sip on this for a while. I would consider this a dessert in and of itself.
Yeah, for sure. Sure.
So,
But
how much? 13.
13% alcohol, and it's you would never know.
That's true.
I mean, I could just chug like a gallon of this,
Really?
and I probably wouldn't.
Maybe
walk.
you're part elf.
Maybe.
Have you watched any Christmas movies yet?
No.
Okay. You say that. I don't know.
No.
When do you start your Christmas movie watching? Day after or Thanksgiving night? Or do you watch any?
I don't know. I don't really watch them. I mean, maybe like the week.
What is wrong with you?
Where
is your Christmas spirit?
I'm part of Ebenezer Scrooge.
That's a Christmas movie still, even if you want to watch that. Tammy, how much of that book did you read? I haven't gotten that book yet. I got a couple cider books, though. We could do a cider on this. We could make a cider on the show. That's really easy, too. But
can we make
don't say it.
Can we do a traditional Dickens?
Tammy, how much of that book have you read? Is it a good read? That's very sweet. It has a good flavor, though.
Yeah, or a good deepen.
The Cider House Rules, the movie. I don't know. I never saw that.
Oh,
is that a Christmas movie?
Oh, right. Here we go. Yes.
Well, of course it is.
Oh.
Yeah, that goes without saying.
Thank you for saying that. Unfortunately, we can't really talk about it too much anymore because this debate has been like,
There's no debate anymore.
I mean, everyone, I think, especially people who watch this show, most people agree with you.
Jose says he's never seen it, and he also said it's one of the best. Even wherever you fall on the Christmas or non-Christmas movie, it's one of the best action movies of all time. Right? We can all agree on that?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, name 5 that are better. Name 10 that are better. As far as 80s action movies, it's top 5. Right? Top 5.
Yeah.
You've never seen any of those 80s. Jose, how old are you? What have you been doing? Did your parents not have a TV growing up or something? It's weird.
maybe he was just one of those weird ones that actually went outside and did stuff as a kid instead of just parked in front of the TV.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, you owe it to yourself to watch some Die Hard. For
Same
sure.
age as me, Jose, or same age as Josh?
He's on a computer. It's me.
Because there's a bit of an age gap here.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Me. As me.
Mm-hmm.
Most people your age they can't figure out how to go to YouTube. Yeah.
Josh's ageist comments are not indicative of what
All right.
Liquid Lunch believes. So do not
That's mostly what we believe.
do not pay attention to the younger man with less hair.
Mercy Beers, I would say the reason that Die Hard, and we'll just touch on this real quick, the reason that Die Hard is a Christmas movie is because the whole plot hinges on the fact that it's Christmas. He would have never gone out to California unless it were the holidays. Mm-hmm. And so that's why he's making that trip. And so that is the crux of the story. Therefore, Christmas is the linchpin, meaning it is a Christmas movie.
Are we going to do this right now?
No, I'm just he brought up a point. He said all depends on what people think makes a Christmas movie rather than a movie that takes place at Christmas. And I agree, but the whole plot is based on the fact if it were not Christmas, the movie wouldn't have happened. Now, Tammy, more immediate questions since we do have time to address the Die Hard as a Christmas movie, which it is later on because it's not to Christmas yet. We're only to Thanksgiving. She says Predator. Predator is also top 5. I would put Predator above Die Hard for sure.
Yeah, I would definitely put it above Die Hard.
Yeah. Let's see. Top 5, just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Terminator 2. Predator.
Was Terminator 2 80s?
Yeah.
Are we still doing 80s?
Yeah. 80s movies, yes.
I think Terminator 2. Came out in the 90s. I'm not sure. I'm not 100%
I think it was 89.
sure about that.
Terminator 2.
Escape from New York?
No.
No.
Not in the top 5.
Red Dawn.
Let's see. Hold on. Terminator 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 91. Not an 80s movie. Okay, never mind. You're right.
Hold on. Stop.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Not an 80s movie.
No, what'd you say after that?
91.
You said something else.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Let's see. Wild Acre Brewing's Juicy Bingo Rotating Hazy IPA series with African Queen, Southern Passion, and Southern Star. What? Oh, not now. Having a Wild Acre Brewing's Juicy Bingo Rotating Hazy IPA series with African Queen.
You know, one thing I love about Foamy Head is week after week, he watches us and has beers with us.
Yeah. Predator. When did Predator come out? Is Predator an 80s movie?
Yeah, Predator's definitely an 80s movie.
That's like
100%,
87, right?
Well, 100% 80s movie. Oh, Terminator.
The original?
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll consider it. So let's name our top 5. So Predator, Die Hard, 80s. First Blood Part 2. That's 80s.
Yeah, Rambo.
Yeah.
No, and the... Oh, Rambo,
I like
you're right.
I like the original. I like First Blood more than First Blood Part 2.
Uh-huh.
But First Blood Part 2 is way more 80s.
Okay. Mercy Beers has a good point.
What's that?
Terminator and Predator sci-fi. So...
I disagree that Commando is better than Predator. That is just demonstrably false. Predator, I don't think it gets better than Predator. I think you can achieve Predator status. But to say Commando is better than Predator,
just that
I think it has to do with which one you saw first.
The problem with Predator is, like, ever since Predator came out, there's been, like, all these other movies.
That's not a problem.
And other Predator movies.
That's not a problem.
And they kind of, like...
You could say the same thing about Terminator 2 if we were going to lump in some 90s movies.
You could.
But Terminator 2 is still an amazing movie.
Right, but all the Terminators after Terminator 2.
No, I disagree. I think...
Blue.
No, they're bad.
Cobra's a good one, yes.
But it's not top 5. So it's not top 5. Now, are we counting like Rocky movies as action movies?
No.
We're talking about like blow 'em up movies, right?
Yeah.
In that we all know what we're saying. It's like
all right.
So I wouldn't put Cobra. I just watched RoboCop. That one's pretty good, but I wouldn't put it top 5.
Like Running Man's another good one.
No, they're good. They're just not.
That might be a little
top
bit.
5.
That's sci-fi. Aliens 2. Wow. That one.
So just
That one.
aliens.
Yeah, aliens. Yeah,
Instead of-
aliens.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. So do we discount it because it's sci-fi? Because it has an alien involved? Some other...
Well, we said action movies.
That's
I mean-
like, if you're saying that because it has an alien, it doesn't count, it's in a different category. Because then you open it up to a very wide swath, right? So if you're saying that Predator is sci-fi more, I think it's more action than sci-fi. Although his butt's right up there to the line, but most of the action in that movie...
Missing in Action 2. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, we're forgetting Chuck Norris in there.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Batman, 89 was Batman. That's more of a hero movie, like a superhero movie.
That's definitely an action movie.
It is, but if you're going to take out sci-fi...
Thank you, Blake. Oh, probably the best one ever. I forgot about this.
Full Metal Jacket?
Yes. Yes. Look, somebody else. At the same time, Jose says Full Metal Jacket.
It's good, but let's think about it.
It is fantastic.
No, it's good, but is it top 5? Do we get to count Predator? If not, because it's sci-fi, are we putting Predator sci-fi? Sci-fi action? Are we doing just pure action with just regular people? Because then I would say you could talk about Full Metal Jacket.
I mean, we could do like a 5-part series on action movies here.
Right. So if we're just talking about normal dudes in the 80s, no sci-fi, and if you take Predator, and then you'd have to take Terminator.
All right, just for the sake of argument, let's not include sci-fi in this.
Okay. So then I would say Die Hard's in the top 5.
Yeah.
I would say you could put Full Metal Jacket in there.
Yeah.
I would say First Blood Part 2 is more action, like the quintessential action movie.
Yeah, when he goes to Vietnam and stuff.
Right.
Or
Cambodia or wherever it was.
To get
Do we get to win this time? That's the whole thing. Under Siege, was that 80s? I loved Under Siege. I think Under Siege is one of the greatest, but Under Siege followed the Die Hard model.
Did we have like all those like the blood sport movies? Like we get into
there is Bloodsport. That's a martial arts more so than action because it's a tournament.
So yeah, I mean,
It's like if you're not going to count Rocky, which is a boxing movie, then I don't know if you can do Bloodsport. Just saying. Under Siege, though, was great. Top Gun, that's more of a romance.
No, I wouldn't.
It's the romance between Maverick and what's her face.
I would say that,
but it's also the romance between Maverick and his plane. That joystick.
How we like.
Okay, Under Siege was 92, so Under Siege doesn't count. Under Siege is amazing though. That was peak. That was peak. What's his face?
Seagal.
Peak Seagal. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that was peak Seagal.
Yes, that's his best movie, by far.
Under Siege.
Yes.
I like the one. What's the name of the one where he's fighting like the?
There's Above the Law, Hard to Kill.
Where he's fighting the Jamaican drug lords.
I think that's Hard to Kill. Is that Hard to Kill or is that?
The guy named Screwface.
Was that Hard to Kill?
I don't remember. The Screwface, where he like killed it. Like I don't know how many movies did like his family get killed and he was out for revenge. That's pretty much every Steven Seagal movie
except for Under Siege.
Because
he was a chef.
Yeah,
he's a cook. But Casey Ryback, and it had Miss July, what's her face?
Erica.
Yeah. Oh, popping out of that 10 seconds of her popping out of that cake.
I had a VHS copy of that, and that section of the VHS
Marked for
copy,
death. Thank you, Tammy.
Thanks, Tammy.
Marked for death. That's
that section of that VHS tape was shot.
That Marked for Death, Hard to Kill, Above the Law, and then Under Siege. That was the creme de la creme of Seagal. And it peaked at Under Siege.
I think Steven Seagal is the one. He's the one that perfected the art of like snapping an arm in half with the bone poking out.
Yeah,
like he'd fight and then all of a sudden just whap.
Yeah, his kill scenes were a little ridiculous.
Yeah,
break the arm, break the knee.
That was great.
Like punch it, like thumb to the eye, and then rip their throat out, and then break their neck.
Yeah,
it was like okay, pick one.
Yeah,
you don't have to put them all in. It's like you had it was like Special Forces bingo, hand-to-hand combat bingo. and he would put them all. He wanted to win every single hand in one fight scene. That was the problem. Seagal got a little too full of Seagal.
Yeah, and then Seagal he started packing on the pounds.
Well, he got a little pretentious there too. There was that whole, what was the one on Deadly Ground where he was the Eskimo? He was like an Eskimo, fighting for the justice of the polar bears or whatever. And that was way back in the 90s, early 90s, back when the world's about to die and they're gonna oil, oil because of oil and all that stuff, and they're gonna kill the seals or whatever, not the Navy SEALs, but the actual SEAls. And did that whole, like, it was like this action movie, and then at the end he does this whole monologue about oil and seals and salmon or something.
Yeah, and then he became like a deputy or a sheriff or something.
Oh, in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I recommend everybody go listen to that Tom Segura.
Does he still have that slick back hair ponytail look?
I'm sure.
Or did he like start losing his hair?
No, he's got great hair. Let's be honest. No, I don't know if he's great. He's actually a really good guitarist, though. He's a really good musician.
Oh.
Bond films, they're kind of a standalone thing.
I mean, yes, I think you would call those action movies for sure.
Okay.
Oh,
What was the best 80s? You can pick one. Bond.
One. View to a Kill.
A what?
View to a Kill.
Is that an 80s one?
That's an 80s one. I think that was the last, I'm not 100% sure, the last Roger Moore James Bond. I could be completely wrong about that, but that was Roger Moore.
All right, so here are the 80s. Oh, hold on.
Oh, damn, Mercy, you're killing us today.
Oh, Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. Oh.
I knew there was a big. Okay, which one?
Oh man,
Crusade?
all of them.
Well, you can't put all
of
of them. You can't put all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So which one? What's your favorite? My favorite is Temple of Doom, but that's because that was the first one I saw.
No, Raiders of the Lost. I'm going with the OG. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I think Raiders is a better movie.
For sure.
I think it's a better movie.
Yeah.
When did Raiders come out? That was early 80s, like 84?
Something like that.
Okay. Let's see. All right.
This is dating me a little bit, but when Raiders of the Lost Ark came out, I was it was the summer of 80 something, and I was a little kid, and we were in I think I did like a YMCA like day thing, and they gave us a vote. Do you want to see Raiders of the Lost Ark or do you want to see Condor Man? And the Raiders of the Lost Ark crowd was outvoted to go see Condor Man.
Yeah.
Have you even heard that movie Condor Man?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, exactly.
I've heard of Birdman. Never saw it.
Yeah, Condor Man. Yeah.
So Roger Moore.
So thanks guys. You guys suck at your taste of movies.
Yeah, Roger Moore was Bond from 73 to 85.
Yeah.
And so the 80s Bond movies were For Your Eyes Only, Octopussy,
Yeah.
A View to Kill, The Living Daylights, License to Kill.
Yeah.
So there you go. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a huge Bond fan.
Oh. Thanks, Mercy Beers. Somebody has heard of Condor Man.
No. Okay. So I guess when we come down to our top 5, we have Raiders, Die Hard. Do you want to throw in? Do you throw
what
in
about Karate Kid?
Oh yeah.
I don't think we can do this right now.
Yeah, and it's already 1 o'clock.
We're not prepared for this.
We really should have put some.
Yeah.
We should do some best action 80s action movie.
Oh man,
Karate Kid. Which, by the way,
what about Point Break? Was Point Break 80s?
I think it was 90, 91, 92.
As I look at
that
beautiful Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze. That's 90s style. That's like early 90s. Yeah. Yeah, Keanu was not 80s. Like, when did Bill and Ted come out? That was like 89, 90.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah, so Point Break would have been like 93.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, we
do kind of have to jet. We didn't get into any of the stuff we were going to talk about.
Look. Oh God, we got to talk about this.
We don't
quick.
have. Do we have to?
Yes.
I think it's ongoing.
No, we need to mention it real quick.
Okay.
Just only because I made the graphic.
Okay.
Changing the subject drastically.
Well.
No, drastically.
No, I mean, we did mention License to Kill, which this guy does not have.
It's sad news.
Yes.
Anybody who is a fan of Nine Band Brewing Company in Nine Band Brewing in Allen, Texas, which is north of Dallas. Mm-hmm. That brewery is no longer with us.
Well, it's
No,
is it 100% shuttered? Do you know this for a fact?
I don't know this for a fact, but all their social media has been shut down.
No, they went radio silence for sure, but that doesn't mean that the brewery itself is necessarily completely gone.
Oh, okay. I can't speak for that.
Yeah.
I just
Throw
I
up
made
the
some
graphic. Let's if you have not seen this story.
It's an interesting story here.
So okay, Keith Ashley, owner of Nine Band, arrested November 13th on federal wire charges, which is bad enough.
Yes, he was allegedly operating a Ponzi scheme.
That's not a good picture.
It's his mugshot.
I know. I'm just saying that's not a good picture.
Well, no mugshots are good pictures.
I mean, when you get your mugshot, do you go? What was it? Was it?
Well, you're not in the best of mood. You don't feel like
you're
smiling.
not. But what was the guy from Texas? The politician that got arrested and he smiled.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Tom. Tom something. Tom.
Yeah.
Tim.
I know. I vaguely remember.
Was it LeVay? Something like that. He had brown hair. Mm-hmm. Anyway, he smiled real big because he's like, I'm innocent.
Yeah, this guy wasn't smiling.
No, this is a bad picture. And anyway, yeah, allegedly. So innocent until proven guilty, right?
Right. I've got allegedly on everything here.
Scammed investors out of $1.1 million via the company North Texas Money Management. Mm-hmm. Charged February 19th with murder.
Now, well, he wasn't charged February 19th.
Oh, with the February 19th murder.
Yeah,
he was since been charged just recently, right?
Yeah. That happened after he was already after he was already arrested with the federal wire.
So we don't know how he ties into the rest of that. Maybe he found it out or something. Who knows? It's all speculation.
Well, according to police, he allegedly killed somebody and staged it to make it look like a suicide.
That's not good.
The suicide looked a little fishy to the police. Mm-hmm. And so they did some investigating. They've been investigating for months and then just recently charged him.
Okay.
There was some weird stuff like it was like the gun was in his left hand and he's right-handed. And he didn't own a gun, according to his wife. And so the police looked into it, and I guess they had enough evidence to charge him with murder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, does Keith Ashley work for Hillary Clinton? I shouldn't even say that. I'm just saying that sounds very. Yeah. Somebody was like, you should definitely look into that. That sounds fishy.
Yeah, there was actually like a suicide note that was written, and it took like, I don't know, it's nuts. This is like this is definitely a movie in the making here.
Yeah, no, I mean it's very sad because these are real people that a lot of us in this community know. Mm-hmm. I personally don't know any. I've had the beers from Nine Band, right? The Kolsch, was it the Kolsch that we had?
Yeah, they had a cactus Kolsch.
We've had on this show.
I believe they have a pumpkin beer.
Okay.
That was really good.
Yeah. Well, the craft beer industry, just like every other genre of life, is full of people, and it's people of all spectrums and all, walks and all, people are dealing with all kinds of demons and dealing with all kinds of pressures and all that type of thing. And people have, they lose their way sometimes. So that's ultimately whether, Keith did everything he's alleged to have done or not. It's all a very sad circumstance because we are without another person. Mm-hmm. And no matter what is the outcome of all of this stuff, it's, he'll be affected forever. Everybody involved will be. And so our, condolences to everybody involved on all kinds of levels.
And I think this is the first brewery-related murder we've ever talked. Well, it's the first one we ever talked about on the show. Yeah, but it's the first one I think I've ever heard of.
Well, unless I have a feeling like early in the history of breweries here in this country, there was probably some murders.
I'm talking. Yeah, let's just say in like the last 20 years.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I haven't heard it, so it's a sad story, and heart goes out to everyone who works at Nine Band, and yeah, they did have they had a Hatch chili beer.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, heart goes out to all the employees there, and I don't know what the future for the brewery is, but
Yeah.
hopefully everyone involved bounces back on their feet, and if it's proven that Keith Ashley actually did everything he's alleged to do, then he deserves to spend the rest of his life in jail.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely we want justice, and that's, justice is finding the guilty party but giving everybody their due process and all that kind of thing, right? It's been a rough week for the craft beer community.
I mean, it's been a rough year, to be honest.
Well, but this week in particular, here in Texas for sure, locally it's been a rough week. And so real quick, I just want to say here at the end as we wrap up this show, one, to all of you in the area of Nine Band, it might not affect you directly personally, but still that's your community has taken a hit, and that's a sad thing. And here in the Houston area, all the friends and relatives and everything of Brandon, my condolences to all of you and my prayers with all of you. It's sad when we lose somebody in the community, whether we knew them or not, or knew people that knew them. And it points to the fact that beer is more than just a beverage, right? The reason we do this show is because it is community. It brings us together, and we're all affected by all the craziness of life. And in 2020, there's a big chance of people losing hope, but don't do that. Don't lose hope. Remember that the reason beer is good is because life ultimately is good, because the source of life comes from a good God, and you can rest in that. It's kind of veering off, but that's the ultimate thing. If we truly enjoy our relationships with each other and enjoy our relationship with beer and all these breweries and everything, the reason all of that is ultimately good is because there is ultimate good behind all of it. So rest in that, keep that in mind, and despite social distancing and stuff, find somebody you're allowed to hug and give them a hug. That's my advice, Kennedy. Find somebody you're allowed to hug, give them a hug, tell them, and then just send messages to people, just say, hey, love you, thinking of you, all that good stuff.
Right.
And, just remember all of that. That's the ultimate thing. So anyway, we'll wrap there because we're out of time. And
I think that was pretty much a drop the mic, wrap it up.
I don't know about drop the mic, but your meat's good. Compliments.
Thank you.
I mean, really, I don't know that it's my ultimate wheelhouse.
That's okay.
But it is tasty.
I wasn't a big fan of the coffee porter.
I didn't brew that.
But
that alcohol got me right in the back of the nose. Anyway.
Yes, it is almost Friday.
It is almost Friday, and next week we won't have a show on Thursday.
Yeah, no show next week.
Tomorrow I'm going to be out at No Label recording an episode of Interbrews with Tom and all the people out there. And they've got their 10th anniversary coming up out at No Label, so that's something to celebrate. But anyway, let's wrap there because we're out of time. Oh, hit the button twice. Good job, Kennedy, on the mead. Good job on all the buttons.
Thank you. Good job on you too.
Thanks. Yeah, Jose. Good luck on fixing that fence. Don't sit on it. Pick one side or the other.
Yeah.
And to all of you guys, I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. We are thankful for you, and we'll see you all in a couple of weeks. So for Kennedy, I'm Josh. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Bye.
The preceding has been a presentation of Stewed Productions.